Hi friends, DeeOracleHealer here. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing things a little different. Normally when I do my tarot readings on my channel, I do it showing the cards, showing the table and the host spread, but today's vibe just felt a little different today, so we're just going with the flow of things. We're going to be doing a collective reading today. I'm not sure what this collective reading is going to be about, but hopefully something in the title description of this video caught your eye or resonated with you, pulled you to this video. That being said, remember it is important to only take what resonates or what you feel is for you. Sometimes all the messages resonate, sometimes only bits and pieces do. Take what fits for you in your particular situation and apply it. We are going to be using the Wild Reflections Tarot deck today. This is actually one of my favorites. It has very beautiful illustration if you would like to check it out for yourself. But let's go ahead and jump into it. I already have my candle on here. Divinely connected to spirit. So let's see. I am going to, what is a message for the collective spirit? Look at how cute this is. Thank you so much. Beautiful. Okay. I hope everyone's been doing good. By the way, it's been really cloudy over here. Maybe it's been cloudy where you've been, or maybe your headspace has been a little cloudy lately. That may resonate with some of you. Let's see. What is the message? What is the message for the collective tuning in? A lot of cards just passed by. We have Queen of Cups, first card. We also have Four of Swords and Nine of Wands that came through. Bottom of the deck, we have a King of Cups, Nine of Pentacles. I always like doing bottom of the deck like that. So we have the Queen and the King of Cups. Interesting. So it does feel like we're going to talk about a connection here for majority of you. Just wanted to give a little heads up on that. Okay. We have a lot of water as mentioned. So Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio can be significant. We also have swords energy, which is air and fire on the table as well. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius can be a significant zodiac sign too. It's giving an energy of two different people here who have lots of feelings and emotions towards one another. I do want to say that it feels like one out of these two people, whether it's you or this other person that is involved, is feeling a little bit down lately. So you or your person that you're dealing with maybe are kind of taking a break from each other right now. But the interesting thing is throat chakra blockage too, that the two of you are coming through as like cups. So I feel like there is love, there is emotion here that you and this person have towards one another. We also have Nine of Pentacles at the bottom too. So this is someone that you've definitely have built something with, or someone you've been with for quite some time, at least enough time to be able to stir up very strong feelings, emotions, and memories with this person. So it's not giving a connection where you just met this person and you're barely in the early stages of dating. No. So it does feel like, you know, love. Again, this is something that you and this person are going to continue to work at. I don't see this really being an ending thing. So regardless if you and this person are like still in communication or not in communication, I feel like it's not necessarily that the two of you have, at least for 50-50 of you, you're not completely broken up. If you live together, this can just be that maybe you or your partner is wanting to express that, hey, I need a little bit more time to myself, or I need a little more time to, you know, rejuvenate myself, pick up on my own energy by doing something that will benefit me. This has nothing to do with you. I don't know if this has already been openly expressed because it's coming through in a swords energy. So it may not be that you or this person, who knows, it may even be like the both of you that's kind of feeling like, you know, I love you, I still want this connection, this has nothing to do with me not wanting this connection, but more so me needing to put some time, effort, and energy into me, into myself. You know, it's always really important that Everyone has their own identity inside, or as I say, outside of a relationship or a connection that you may be in, right? Because we're all still individually us and ourselves. And if we can't take care of ourselves, love ourselves, give ourselves that time, effort, and energy to be us outside of our relationship, we won't be able to come into the relationship and give all that time, effort, and energy and, you know, love to someone else. So it's kind of like a little equal give and take that I feel like the two of you are really just like wanting to get to, but for whatever reason, maybe some of you haven't just really openly expressed that, or if it's only you or only your person, I feel like there hasn't been a talk about it. So there's definitely some boundaries that are happening right now, or that someone, again, or the two of you are creating. And the Nine of Wands too, just to like show you another close-up, is also a card, you know, when it comes to love, that talks about how love is hard work, you know, love isn't easy, and how it's really important to do or take time for self-improvement. It's kind of going back to what we were talking about, you know, if you love yourself, you'll be able to love your partner. If you take care of yourself, you'll be able to take care of your partner a lot better, that sort of thing. I'm just getting some oracles that I want to use. Give me a second, just so you can get more details. I'm going to be using the Love's Whisper Oracle. I believe I did a unboxing of these two tarot decks that I'm using. You can check out my unboxing videos playlist after this if you would like to. I feel like you and this person have a lot of love here. There is a lot of love. I don't see any cards here having to do with the person you're dealing with having eyes for somebody else or putting their energy somewhere else, unless it has to do with like them putting energy towards them, and that's it. You know, I'm not seeing really like an outside type of interference in regards to another person. Let's get some oracles here. It's just giving two people who love each other but who maybe haven't fully expressed to each other that some space is needed a little bit just to be able to come back together. They always say too that like distance makes the heart grow fonder. That's another thing that I'm hearing too. We have anxiety that came in. So stress, depression, panic attacks, or restless. Someone may be struggling with anxiety. In some ways, this could be both of you. It's falling right on top of the Queen of Cups. That may or may not be you. We do energies here, not sex, but we do have both the feminine and masculine energy of cups, right? Queen of Cups, King of Cups. But I do feel like whoever it is that doesn't necessarily need or want the time or the space away from the other partner may be causing a little anxiety. So if you resonate with that being you, it may be because in past relationships, maybe you dealt with a little bit of abandonment issues, and that is okay. You know, that is something that I personally went through, and it made it very hard and very difficult for me to understand when my partner needed space, that it had nothing to do with me. It had nothing to do with the fact that they didn't want to be with me or spend time with me or connect with me, or that they were annoyed with me and my energy, or that my person thought I was clingy. You know, it just simply had to do with the fact that they just needed time for themselves, and after giving them time for themselves, we were able to come back and join together and enjoy each other's time like nothing bad had ever happened, because nothing bad did happen. You know, so I feel like there may be someone in this connection, whether you resonate with that being you or your person, who is being a little bit scared, who's a little anxious, anxious attachment issues, or who's having issues with these boundaries that the other person is trying to create, or space that this other person is wanting to create in this connection, which again is understandable. But someone is panicking a little bit with this like small distance here. We have two cards that came through. So we have new love that came in, honeymoon phase, childlike, new beginnings. Now again, I wasn't getting anything in the tarot having to do with there being a third party interference or situation in this connection, and it still doesn't feel that way with this oracle coming in. With the Nine of Wands, remember, this was talking about how sometimes, I mean, it was talking about self-improvement, but also how important it is to work very hard, how relationships require a lot of hard work, you know. We also have truth that came through, so confession, clarity, reveal. It says secrets. These secrets can have to do with there just needing to be a conversation here. Again, it was coming through in Four of Swords energy. So this hasn't been something that has been openly expressed to one another. I feel like there may be some tensions, there may be some signs that are being given that space is needed right now. Maybe your partner just doesn't know how to come to you and say it. Maybe you don't know how to go to your partner and say, hey, I'm not trying to offend you. I'm not trying to make you feel like I don't love you, but I feel like I need some space, or I feel like I need some time to myself. How can we do this in a healthy way? You know, I feel like there's a conversation that needs to be talked about, so that way the two of you can put this out on the table, so that way no one is living in anxiety or living in fear, so that if I express this and we talk about this, it's gonna end up bad, which it doesn't have to get there, you know. So there's huge significance in needing to just be open, needing to be vulnerable, embodying the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups, which is being open, being vulnerable, being expressive about one's feelings and how you're feeling about something, and about, you know, having a beautiful, nice, calm, kind conversation to let out this Four of Swords energy that someone is clearly really thinking about. I want to say too, I feel like if the two of you can do this, this will be something really good for the connection. I feel like in a lot of ways, the two of you doing this and being open about this in a healthy way will be nice practice. There's something about practice coming through that I keep on hearing. Maybe in the past, you or this person has expressed this some way or somehow, or expressed something else in the connection, and it wasn't reciprocated in the right way, or it came off wrong. There's just something about communication needing to be a little bit better. And again, it doesn't mean that there's no love in this connection. It doesn't mean that there's like a third party interference involved, because I'm really honestly not getting that, and if I was, I would say that. It's just giving an energy of just like needing to have this talk, get it out there, be open about it, and just to tackle this on in a healthy way, and just seeing that, you know, there's nothing wrong with this. I feel like a lot of healthy connections out there practice being able to give each other space, practice, you know, having their own individuality outside of a connection while still being in a connection and sharing a life together. I feel like especially if you live with this person too, the energy can completely change when you start to live with someone and when you start to live with a partner, you know, because you see them every day, simple day-to-day, you know, tasks, responsibilities, and things like that. There's so many things that can, like, I don't want to say get in the way of a connection, but that can kind of put pressures on us individually and have us not show up in a connection. So maybe in some ways, maybe your person or whoever is needing space in this connection is just going through a lot, or is feeling a little heavy, and that could just be another reason why they feel like they need some space or some time for themselves. And this can look different for everyone. This could just be like your partner wanting to choose like one day out of the week to go and do something alone, go and do something with their friends, or your partner not going out but staying home and, you know, if video games is their thing. I know that's something that like my partner enjoys. This could be them saying, you know, I love you, you go do your thing, I'm gonna be just in the other room doing my own thing, playing my games or like whatever, you know. And again, that's just like setting an example, but those are just things or ways that maybe your person is just wanting or needing out of this connection, but just not knowing how to say it. Let's go ahead and get future energy here. This is just giving something that the two of you need to practice, that's all. And if you can do this and accomplish this, I feel like it's going to, with the new love card that we got, it's like you and your person are going to reach a new phase. It's kind of like you and your partner are leveling up in your connection by being able to be like honest about this, you know? Show me future energy for the collective and their person. We have Page of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Future energy for the collective and their person. We also have Ace of Swords. Beautiful, that's what we were needing. So yeah, I feel like this person, someone's gonna come forward. King of Pentacles at the bottom too. Lots of earth energy. Majority earth and air. Again, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn too. You guys, my right foot fell asleep for some reason. I don't know. Is someone's right foot falling asleep? Or is someone falling asleep during this reading? I don't know. It could just be that maybe you or your partner needs like rest. Someone needs time to like rest. Someone needs a little more, I don't know, just time for themselves to like unwind is like the energy that it's giving. So a Page of Cups here. We have a quiet, steady, diligent lover, dedication in a relationship. I'm telling you guys, this has nothing to do with you or your partner not wanting to be together anymore. Your person does have a lot of love and reciprocal energy towards you in this connection. This is a connection that they want to make work. This person's coming through grounded in the future, very loyal, faithful. This is someone who's really dependable. Page of Pentacles also brings in like new beginnings too. So I'm telling you, this is the start or an opportunity from the universe being given to you and your person to just really, really be able to have this conversation, to make this this uneasy energy or this anxiety go away. Like maybe I really do feel like this conversation hasn't happened yet, and it's causing so much unnecessary anxiety, worries, or stress between the two of you or only one of you, and it doesn't have to, you know. I think it's really interesting that we got the Ace of Swords, because the Ace of Swords talks about a discussion, wanting to have a discussion, moving towards having a discussion, facing problems honestly, honest communication, receiving clarity, breakthroughs, new ideas, concentration, focus, and truth. So yeah, in the near future here, this conversation that needs to happen is going to happen, and that's a really beautiful thing. And listen, your person is coming through very honest. They really care about you, and they really do care about this connection and this relationship. I know it can get a little hard not to feel, I don't know, rejected, or to not feel like, oh, it's just because, you know, if this person loves me, shouldn't they want to be with me all the time? Because I always want to be with them all the time. And I get it. I get that, because that was me in a lot of my relationships. And it just, you know, was stemming from past traumas, past perceptions of love, the way that I went about discussing this with people in the past, and the way that people in the past reciprocated this, you know. So remember that every connection, every relationship that you go into is different, and whoever this person is that you're currently in a connection with, that, you know, is resonating, or that you're resonating with this energy, sharing this energy with, know that they have a lot of love and care for you. Okay, so hear them out. This conversation will happen. The Ace of Swords is a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So I do want to say that this conversation feels like it's going to happen or come from whoever it is that is needing the space. So if it's you, this is you reaching a point and being given signs from the universe saying that, like, okay, I feel like today's the day. I feel like I want to pull my partner aside, have this conversation with them. Or if this Swords energy is your partner, this could be them finally feeling ready to pull you aside and finally have this conversation, you know, just put everything out there. They're going to do it very honestly, and they're going to do it very kind too. Again, they're coming through very grounded, very stable. This has nothing to do with you. This has nothing to do with outside forces, third-party interferences, them wanting to give their energy to someone else. So if any of you watching today have that in your head, because we did get that anxiety card that came through. Just grab it and throw it away. This partner has a lot of love for you, okay? They just want to be able to express what they need so that way they can be better for themselves. And remember, if they're better for themselves, they'll be able to show up a lot better for you and in this connection, and that'll be something that benefits you and the connection, you know? Let's go ahead and get some cards of advice. What a beautiful message for today. You and this person just need to work through this. And it's going to take this connection to a beautiful level. Your commitment is being tested. I feel like this is your commitment towards this person, towards this relationship, towards this connection. And in some ways, your commitment towards yourself, I feel like, because going through this situation with your partner will also bring, because it's putting you in an uncomfortable situation, right? It's making you second guess yourself, making you have anxiety, fears, and worries. And it's because it's triggering things, right? It's triggering things that are stemming from your past some way or somehow. So in that way, this is how you're being like tested, you know, to see if you're not going to fall into cycles, if you're going to be positive, if you're going to see, you know, instead of taking your person expressing this to you, hey, I need some space and time for me, from an ego point of view, instead take it from your highest self, who is self-aware, who's understanding, who's loving, who's kind, and who can understand that this has nothing to do with me. You know, I'm wonderful, I'm great, and my partner, you know, loves me and wants to be in this connection and is loyal to me, and I should feel very happy and lucky and grateful that they feel comfortable enough to talk to me about this, you know? We have to take time to breathe out. I was getting like that my right leg was falling asleep. Maybe some of you need to just kind of like take time to relax too. So maybe while your person's taking time to relax, you can do whatever you feel like you need to do to put yourself in a peaceful, calming energy as well. Your hard work is paying off. That's what the 9 of Wands energy that we had. So your hard work in this connection, outside of this connection, shadow work with yourself is going to help elevate you individually, elevate your partner individually, and help elevate the two of you together. Keepers of the earth, you are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you always, 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 always. So you guys are divinely guided. Your spirit guides are with you, your angels, God, whoever it is that you believe in. Look, beautiful, bottom of the deck, we have awakening, energetic upgrades, a new way of being, and integration. It's giving an upgrade, you guys, for you individually, but also for your person, for your partner. You and this person are growing in this connection together. And hey, if you ain't growing in a connection, that's not the connection for you. You know, I feel like the real, true, honest, raw connections are the ones when you're with people who make you want to be a better person. And I feel like this person, this partner that you're dealing with, is that kind of person for you. Let's get an overall message from the universe. The color red can be significant. There's like a red car that's been passing by a couple of times and they just parked right outside my window. So red. Also, this is red too. I don't know, red. That's root chakra, survival, being, and family. I don't know. Okay. Beautiful. So it says, let me just show you very quickly. Okay. You can't do the same thing over and over and expect a different result. Change comes from thinking thoughts you've never thought before and showing up to meet them down streets you've never walked before. Beautiful. I love that we got this because, you know, change is uncomfortable, and it is talking about thinking like thoughts. We did get anxiety coming through here. We did have someone in their head, a conversation that someone was thinking about having or expressing, a conversation that needs to happen in order for expansion. We were talking about either you or your person struggling with traumas with past love experiences, abandonment issues, things like that. That's setting off an alarm when it doesn't need to in this particular connection that you're in, because we got here that this person is very loyal, very motivated, dedicated to you and to this connection. But beautiful. Let me give you just a quick little close-up there. Beautiful, beautiful message. Okay, well, I'm gonna leave this here with you. Thank you so much for tuning in for this reading. I hope it was insightful some way or somehow. Feel free to leave a comment down below, sharing how this may have resonated with you. If anyone here has a TikTok, you guys should check out the link down below in the description box. I go live over there almost every day. I've been building a community over there. If any of you here are from TikTok, because I know some of you from TikTok have been following me over on my YouTube, hi, say hi down below. I'm gonna leave this here with you. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm sending you all lots of love and light and everything nice. I will see you on the next one. Bye.